I'm going to demonstrate on how to make a end table using Hart Tools. Now I went to the home improvement store to buy a 2x4, and the cost of a 2x4 was like $700 or something crazy like that. It was outrageous. I remember 2x4s used to be like $1 something. So I wasn't gonna spend that much money on 2x4s. So I was like, nope, I'm done. So what I did is I got out my my Hart chainsaw, and I went into the woods and cut down a tree. This thing does a pretty good job. Anyhow, I cut down a tree with the Hart chainsaw, and then I cut a log. And now in this video, this is going to be a 3-section video. In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how to turn the log into wood, usable wood, to make an end table. Okay, and this is the log right here. Here's the log right here. This log, we're going to cut it down. We're going to cut this log down to make an end table. All right, we're going to cut this log, this big log that I cut with the Hart chainsaw, on this Ryobi dumpster special table saw. Now, I don't recommend this for people to try this, because this is kind of dangerous, like real dangerous, okay, because this is a blade, and these aren't meant to mill logs, but I kind of live on the edge. So I'm going to use this to cut this log down, okay? So you want something to push it through, because you don't want to get your hand close to this, because it can be very dangerous. And also, while you're pushing this log through, you want to go slow. You want to go slow, and you want to pay attention, and you want to take your time. So let's turn this on. Nice and slow. Slow through. Nice and slow. All right, that's one side. You want to pick it up? You want to pick it up? Now do the other side. Now line it up. Line that up. Nice and slow. Now going slow. Whoop. Yep, we blew a fuse, so I'm gonna have to go reset the fuse real quick. The fuse blew, and now I'm gonna get the Hart saw, receptacle saw, or sawzall, Hart sawzall, because the blade, if you look over here, the blade wouldn't go all the way through. So I'm going to take this, and we're going to cut all the way through. So check it out. Okay, that went through like butter. All right. Anyhow, the sawzall was able to cut it in half. Now, it still needs to be cut more, because we got to cut this down even more. So what we want to do now is we're going to even cut it more. So I'm going to move this fence in some, a little bit more, and now we're going to cut it more. That thing was taking too long, so I get out the old Chop-O-Matic, and we're going to slice it up a little bit with the Chop-O-Matic, then we'll go back to that saw, okay? So we're chopping it up into pieces that are more manageable. And you want to try to hit it. You want to try to hit it as hard as you can so there's no cracking. Just like that. To chop this up a little bit into manageable pieces. Manageable pieces. So take this. That was a bad one. that was a bad one. I should edit that out, but I'm not going to, because I want you to see that. I want you to see I'm not perfect. What had happened is I hit it right there. I wasn't paying attention. All right, now check it out. Check this out now. Look at that. The blade's higher than that. So what that means is we can turn this piece of wood into legs with this saw. So what we're going to do is cut it up. We're going to cut it up. So the first thing we want to do, we want to make a smooth side. So you want to bring this in, bring it in some. So you're just going to take a little bit off just to make it smooth. We're just going to make that smooth right here. Okay? This thing's pretty jacked up. Anyhow. Alright. See that? We made one smooth side. So now we got something to work on. It's gonna slide, it'll slide easily now, okay? It's gonna slide real easy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another smooth side. Wood got caught in there. You wanna have manageable pieces. Manageable pieces. So we're gonna get another smooth side. And we're going to go with this side right here. Alright, check it out. Check this out. Now, do you see what I did here? I have a smooth side here and a smooth side there. So now we can start cutting strips for our end table. It's just that easy. It's just that easy. See that? So now we're gonna turn this back on. Start making strips. Okay, it's a little warm. It's a little warm, but I'd rather have it warm. I'd rather have it warm than cold any day. Anyhow, so we're starting to mill this down into workable pieces. Okay, see, it's starting to come into play because we can make an end table out of pieces like that. So let's grab more. Let's grab more. And what we're going to do, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do the same thing. Except I want the pieces to be a little bit wider than this, just a touch wider. So I'm just going to widen this up a touch. Just a touch, just a smidge. Because the nails I'm using, like when I put two pieces together, it would just go through that. So it just has to be a little bit wider. Just a little bit wider. Not much wider, but just a little bit wider. There we go. That should be perfect right there. So we're going to start on the next piece of wood. Alright, we're going to take a safety break. So I want to tell you guys this thing. Whenever you're working with saws, chainsaws, table saws, chop saws, any kind of saw, you always want to pay attention. Always pay attention, because, okay, this isn't classroom. Like in classroom, you kind of doze off, you're not paying attention, blah, 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 blah. That's fine. With a saw, if you're not paying attention, there's no do-overs. Your finger, your hand, anything can go, it can kill you. It could actually kill you. So when you're working with a saw, you always have to be paying attention. Always. Don't have your headphones in, listen to the music. No way. Nope. Don't have your cell phone on you. Don't have any distractions. You need to pay 100% attention to the saw, because if you don't, you're going to get hurt. It's no doubt about it. So like a lot of things in life, like in school, or when your wife's talking to you, or whatever, your neighbor's talking to you, you could be just like not paying attention, just kind of dozing off. Yeah. Not when it comes to this. When it comes to this thing, you have to pay attention. You have to pay attention to all times, because this blade will cut you so fast, your head spin. I knew a guy who wasn't paying attention. A guy I went to high school with. His name was Kurt. I won't give the last name, but anyhow, he wasn't paying attention, and his finger somehow got caught up in this, and his finger went flying. They had to pack the finger in ice, and they had to sew it back on, and he can barely move it. Blah 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 blah. So when you're using this, or any other saw, chainsaw. I had another friend that cut into his leg with a chainsaw. Always pay attention. Always pay attention. That's the biggest thing, is pay attention. Pay attention to what you're doing. So back to cutting. Now I got enough pieces for the legs. These are going to be the legs. So what I did is I cut another log. This is going to be for the shelves. This is going to be for the shelves right here. I did the same thing. Cut on one side, cut on the other side, and I'm gonna just hammer this in half real quick. So this part of the log is going to be the shelves, is what that's going to be. So I'm gonna cut these a little bit more, or chop them up, I guess you could say, a little bit more, so they're a little bit more manageable. All right, let's see here. There we go. So the saw will get through it. Ran into another snafu. I'm gonna have to get another log because this thing seems to be rotten. So I'm gonna get another log, and yeah, because this that shouldn't break that easy. This one doesn't look to be rotten. It looks like it's rotten on one side, but one side's not. So we're still gonna use it. We're just gonna use the side that's not. Okay, all right. That just wasn't working. Anyhow, I got to the higher part of the tree where the pieces aren't as big, and I got them lined up right here, and it doesn't look as rotten. So this is kind of going a little rough, but you know what? Don't ever give up, okay? I'm not giving up. I'm building this end table out of a log. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's not as easy as I thought, but then again, when is anything as easy as you think? So I'm gonna chop these ones up and then cut them on the... These logs right here are going to be the shelves. Almost. Almost. All right, that was kind of funny. It kind of shot right through my legs. These are manageable pieces. Piece of wood got stuck in there. Gotta turn it off. Get that out of here. Hey, listen to that chopper. It's the Army chopper. Hear that? Yep, it's a Chinook. I was never on a Chinook. I was only on Blackhawks, but that's an Army chopper. Anyhow. Back to the sun. All right, now what we're gonna do now is we're gonna cut the jagged side off. See what I'm saying? So it's kind of like square on both sides. That's what we're gonna do now. You can see I was able to cut a bunch of pieces this size, okay, out of a log using a table saw. Now it took forever, but I got a whole crap load of these now, okay? Now in the next video, cause it's gonna be a three section video. It's gonna be 3 sections. First video was, see, that used to be a log. Now it's a board. It only took forever. I mean, it took forever. I was thinking, oh, I'm just gonna walk out, grab a log, and it's just gonna go quick. Nope. Nope. But I never did this before. Never did it before. I had no clue on how this worked. But I managed to make these strips. So the next video, the second video, I am going to assemble the parts. I'm going to assemble the parts, and then the third video, it's going to go all together. Okay. So the next video, we're going to assemble the parts to the. See, can you already see it? It's going to be an end table. It's going to be an end table. So until the next video, you see this stuff. This isn't rotten, but those are the boards out of a log, and with using hard tools and a table saw. So until next time, peace.